Welcome to all the bold, courageous, and powerful women tuning into Find Your Fabulous. I'm your host, Dr. Diane, and it's time to ignite your full power. Are you ready to embrace your talents and worth and unleash the wise goddess within? I've got the information, inspiration, and revelation you need to ignite your personal power so you can stop playing small and reclaim the passion and purpose that we all hold within us. Connect with other powerful spiritual women who yearn to be fully expressed. The world needs you. Full power. Let me guide you to find your fabulous and ignite your inner goddess. It all starts now on the Find Your Fabulous show. Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Diane Garrison, and you are listening to Find Your Fabulous. It's time to ignite your full power on Transformation Talk Radio. Stay with us for the next 30 minutes and let us help you experience the pathway to finding your fabulous every first and third Wednesday at 8 a.m. Pacific Time and 10 a.m. Central Time, where we will share information, inspiration, and revelation to help you ignite your personal power and reclaim the passion and purpose we all hold within us. I'm here today with my fabulous producer, Emily. Good morning, Emily. In this episode, good morning. In this episode, I'm going to knock your socks off as I challenge the notion of what feminine beauty is, as well as what makes a good woman. We're going to discuss how we have been brainwashed and manipulated and how we need to free ourselves from these impossible ideals. You know, ever since I was a child, I have been bombarded with images of what feminine beauty looks like. And I got to tell you, it never looked like what I saw in the mirror. From TV shows to movie screens to magazines and even book covers, I saw no images of a chubby girl or a full figure woman. It took me a while, quite a long while, to figure out that I was being manipulated and brainwashed by the reigning cultural standards, by the world of marketing and Hollywood telling me this is what feminine beauty is, not what I was seeing in a mirror. The truth is there were and are many more girls and women who look like me and you than look like the movie stars and models. But what does this constant bombardment of images of perfect women do to our self-image, to our self-worth? Well, I felt not good enough, like I was failing somehow and would not be liked or desired by others, especially by a good man. Can you relate to this at all, dear listener? And here's the bitter truth. All these media platforms, from Hollywood executives to magazine owners to TV show producers and even to ad agency owners, have historically been men. Men who have no idea what a healthy woman's body really looks like or feels like. It was their desires, dare I say their lusts, and their visions of beauty that guided their choices of actors and models. I mean, how many women in the world are 6 feet tall and wear size 2? Really? And most of them are forced to diet and exercise themselves into this freaky form. But you see, we are meant to feel like we are never good enough so that we are easy to control and manipulate. We will buy fashions that are current, even if they look ridiculous. We will constantly be trying to improve our bodies by the latest fad diet, the latest exercise program, or even the latest supplement and medication. Can you say Ozempic? And now we even got weight loss gummies. And let's not forget the lotions and potions and perfume and makeup that will make us more desirable and youthful. Then there's the big guns of plastic surgery, from Botox to lip fillers, facelifts, and tummy tucks, breast, and even butt implants. Oh, don't forget permanent tattooed on makeup. Now, I bet some men get plastic surgery, but they are mostly the rich and famous. I am pretty sure my middle-aged neighbor with the beer gut, cutting the lawn shirtless and letting it all hang out, is not thinking, oh, I should go get some plastic surgery so my wife will desire me more. It's not that I'm saying, dear listener, that you shouldn't take care of your health or that liking nice purses is bad. You know, I'm rather fond of jewelry. But my love of baubles and sparkles is a personal preference and expression of my personality, not something I use to bolster my self-esteem or to try to compete with the Joneses. We live in an affluent, materialistic, superficial society that manipulates us to think our things and our appearance gives us status. But it does not bring real happiness or self-worth. You are listening to Dr. Diane and the Find Your Fabulous show, and you can find out all about me and my empowerment coaching at fullpowerwomen.com. Now, the vast majority of women fall prey to all these marketing efforts. TV commercials, magazine ads, and all these ads plastered all over social media and media influencers that promise us what we can never really achieve: perfect beauty. We are being brainwashed and manipulated as were our mothers and their mothers before them. The marketing tells us we are not good enough as we are, so we must buy the latest and greatest beauty product, diet program, or trendy fashion. You know, I have not been immune to this brainwashing. I can't tell you how many crazy diets I have tried through the years. And supplements and potions and powders that will help your metabolism, rev up. It never really did. Weight Watchers worked for a time, and also I dyed my hair for over 20 years because I was afraid I would look old before my time. My clients wouldn't have cared, nor my friends, my spouse, or my kids, but I was clearly brainwashed to believe gray equals old, equals not good enough, equals past my prime. Now I'm digging my gray hair and having fun splashing it with purple, the color of queens. And I hired a health coach who already understood hormones and the menopausal body. And I have a healthy nutrition plan that helps me, and exercise plan, feel healthy and whole. Yay! But even this new way of eating and exercising would have been hard to stick with if I didn't learn to love and honor myself and my body first. Here's the problem. Not only are our precious resources being spent on these beauty products and programs, resources that could be spent on rewarding experiences, but we still don't feel good enough after we diet, lotion, implant, or dress up. Because here's the deal. Self-worth, self-love is an inside job. Sure, you might feel like $1 million in your new designer outfit and fresh hairdo that you got for the big social event. But afterwards, you take you and your body, probably a little bit lumpy under the shapewear, back home. And the same self-doubt comes with you. Because self-worth, self-love is an inside job. I love the influencers who are ample-sized, like Lizzo, Melissa McCarthy, Queen Latifah, and that funny Rebel Wilson. These are really talented women who seem comfortable in their plus-size bodies. And a shout out to the Barbie movie, who displayed a diverse collection of women of every size, shape, and color in Barbie Land, even though the main character, Margot Robbie, is, of course, Hollywood gorgeous. But in truth, the press is usually more focused on the impossibly thin young glamorous stars. We are constantly bombarded with these images of super thin megastars. But just how many of them are as trapped by these impossible ideals as we are? Many stars have admitted to having to overcome eating disorders, like Demi Lovato, Taylor Swift, Kesha and Zoe Kravitz, Jane Fonda, Mary-Kate Olsen, and even Lady Gaga. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. I remember watching a documentary about Judy Garland and how they put her on diet pills, food restrictions, and exercise regimes as a young teen so she would look perfect on camera for The Wizard of Oz. And this led to an addiction to alcohol and drugs for the rest of her life that took her from us and the planet far too early. And more than the megastars, we all know someone who has suffered with an eating disorder. It's an epidemic caused by the quest for the perfect body. It's just so very sad that we can't see our own true beauty, and so must actually harm ourselves in the quest of an impossible standard of beauty constantly tossed at us from people and companies that really don't give a shit about us, just our bank accounts. I'm Dr. Diane, and you're listening to the Find Your Fabulous show. We are going to take a short break, and when we come back, we will continue to discuss how to free ourselves from these unrealistic ideals of beauty. You can find out all about me and my empowerment coaching on my website at fullpowerwomen.com, or you can email me directly at Dr. Diane at fullpowerwomen.com. We'll be right back. Hello, we're back on the Find Your Fabulous show with Dr. Diane, and we were talking about how the reigning cultural standards have brainwashed and manipulated us to think we are never good enough, never attractive enough. So we will buy more and more beauty and weight loss products. Listen, here's the hard truth. The root cause of our inability to love and honor ourselves just as we are is patriarchy. Patriarchy and the men who have upheld it have told us how we are to act, to look, to dress, and even how to feel. Now, I am not saying that patriarchy has been good for the health and well-being of men. It has not. Its commandments, its rules and regulations are just too rigid for both sexes. But historically, men have been the ones in power and the ones to decide the rules, including what makes a beautiful woman. And let's not forget that we have been programmed by patriarchy to believe that it is our duty to the world to take care of everyone else, and that focusing on ourselves is just selfish. Now, that's an effective way to make us easy to control. You know, patriarchy is what has been the reigning cultural system for 5,000 years. But since the civil rights movement of the 60s and the women's movement of the 70s, doors have been opening for women in education, careers, leadership, and financial independence. Just look at our wonderful Vice President Kamala Harris, or Ruth Bader Ginsburg, or that fabulous billionaire, Oprah. But all the old programs and models of the perfect woman still exist. One has to be brave enough to reject, to shatter those old mindsets and cultural stereotypes, and begin to accept and honor ourselves exactly as we are. For me, it's a 62-year-old, gravity-challenged, gray-haired, ample-sized woman who stares at me in the mirror. Some days it's easier to love that reflection than others. But I fully accept that it is my job to love that woman, chin, mole, and all. Some days it's easier to love that reflection. Some days it's not. And it has been a work in progress. I'm a psychologist whose job it is to help others to love themselves. But there were many years I did not practice what I was preaching. I was much too hard on myself and did not practice loving kindness and self-compassion. That is, until my own burnout, hot flashes, sleeplessness, perfectionism, and constant push energy sunk me so low, I was ready to throw in the towel. But somehow, I had the resilience and determination, see, stubbornness can work for you, to not give up on myself and to finally reach out for some good support. I found the right doctor to balance the hormones. I was then magically gifted a program on self-compassion just when I needed it. And what it taught me blew my mind. It was so nourishing and so simple. I began teaching all my clients these easy to repeat practices. Then I was guided. I truly think it was a God thing to the Feminine Power program that completely changed my life and the direction of my career. I can now honor and own my gifts and talents and even my lumpy but healthy body. It is now easy to be kind and gentle with myself. I have more confidence and a deeper connection to my inner wisdom and creativity. And I know that with the right motivation and support, all my listeners can achieve these very same things. You will probably need some support and guidance, as I did, but you're so totally worth it. The first step is to accept that we have been sold a false bill of goods, a false narrative of what is a good woman or what is an attractive woman, and then embrace the core beliefs of I count, I matter. Each of you, dear listeners, have many gifts and talents, and somewhere buried deep inside is this desire to share those superpowers of yours, those jewels, in an even fuller and more satisfying way, to become more fully expressed. We all deserve to feel healthy and whole, radiant, and even beautiful. The current culture is going to keep drowning us in these impossible images of perfection and impossible promises of having it all because, well, capitalism, greed, and control. We must be smarter than this brainwashing, able to think critically about the information constantly shot at us, discerning good information from utter bullshit. Let our goal, our North Star, be the intention to love ourselves just as we are. This is the one true pathway to inner happiness. We need to be kind and loving to ourselves, just as we are. And when you think about it, do you want to be remembered for your fabulous shoe collection or your big and generous heart? Because that is your true beauty. You are listening to Dr. Diane and the Find Your Fabulous Show. You can find out more about me and my empowerment coaching at fullpowerwomen.com. As it is my passion and purpose to guide women to learn how to love and honor themselves, I'd like to share the basic steps to creating self-love, steps which our school teachers never taught us. 1, be able to identify and own our gifts and talents, our strengths. You've got them. Time to own them and share them with the world, in the world more powerfully. 2, developing affirming self-talk. We all have that critical inner voice, our inner mean girl. It's time to develop our inner lover voice, who is kind and encouraging and tells us what we're doing right. 3, develop self-compassion. We need to be able to be tender and present, kind and patient with ourselves when we are struggling. We do this for others without thought. Now it's time to send this kindness to ourselves. And once we've strengthened these first three components, we can take on the fourth skill to identify, connect with, and transform the old stories, the false identities, and irrational beliefs that keep us stuck. Through compassionate connection to these old patterns and with knowledge of our strengths, the deeper truth of who we truly are today, we can release and let go of the old stories and make big shifts in how we show up in our lives. Now, these concepts are straightforward to understand, but because of cultural programming, doing this healing work can feel like swimming upstream. That is exactly why I do what I do, and exactly why what my programs teach. Now, I'd like to take you through a meditation to give you a taste of what self-love can feel like. We will do some affirmations and a bit of self-compassion practices. Are you ready? Emily, can you cue the music? Okay, here we go. I want you to close your eyes. Bring your focus and attention gently, yet purposely inward. Feel your feet connecting to the floor, your seat on your chair, your back against the backrest, and just let your body relax and let go. Begin to take some deep and nourishing breaths. Press all the way down into your hip center, and then release fully. Do a couple more, breathing in and letting go. Breathing in and letting go. Breathing in and letting go. And then letting your breath find its own natural pace as you repeat these phrases after me. I count. I matter. My very existence brings value to this world. I count. I matter. My very existence brings value to this world. I count. I matter. My very existence brings value to this world. Take a deep breath in and let go. And tune in to what you're feeling. And now we start the beautiful loving kindness practice. Again, just repeat these phrases after me. May I feel safe. May I feel peaceful. May I be kind to myself. May I accept myself just as I am. May I feel safe. May I feel peaceful. May I be kind to myself. May I accept my life as it is. May I feel safe. May I feel peaceful. May I be kind to myself. May I accept myself and my life just as they are. And take a deep breath in and let go. Take a moment to notice any changes in energy and relaxation inside. And take 2 more deep breaths. And out. One more time, in and out. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes and return to the room. Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed that. And if you feel ready to begin your journey to self-love and self-acceptance, if you are ready to own your beauty inside and out, then I would love to gift you a free coaching call to clarify where you feel the most stuck in your life and define what you would love to create. A scheduling link will be on the podcast description, or you can reach out to me from my website, fullpowerwomen.com, or my email, Dr. Diane at fullpowerwomen.com. I want to thank you for tuning in to the Find Your Fabulous show. I had a wonderful time. Please join me every first and third Monday of the month at 8 a.m. Pacific time. Our next show on February 19th I will be interviewing Linus Woods Mullins, the founder of the wellness company Praise Works Health and Wellness and the Vibe Wellness Woman brand, on the topic of developing radiant health and vibrancy in midlife. Juicy stuff, listeners. Have a beautiful day, and I will see you back here next time on February 19th, 8 a.m. Pacific time, 10 a.m. Central time, and 11 a.m. Eastern time. Bye. I'm your host, Dr. Diane, and you have been listening to Find Your Fabulous. It's time to ignite your full power. Tune in every first and third Monday of the month at 8 a.m. Pacific time on Transformation Talk Radio for information, inspiration, and revelation to ignite your personal power. Connect with other bold, courageous, and powerful women who are ready to stop playing small and reclaim the passion and purpose that we all hold within us. The world needs you, full power. To find your fabulous and ignite your inner goddess, visit fullpowerwomen.com.